Hello. It's the 15th of November and I'm in San Francisco. Literally, I'm in another country. I'm in America. I'm in another hemisphere. I don't think it's really sunk in yet. So I left, sorry, I've got my laptop going. I left Australia, Sydney, at 11:50 in the morning on Wednesday, the 15th. Then we crossed the international date line and I landed in San Francisco airport at 5:50, I believe it was, on Wednesday morning. So I'm coming to you from Wednesday night, even though you'll probably be watching this on Thursday evening by the time I upload this. This is my Airbnb. It's pretty cool. It is, so it's in the Richmond district, which is, if you know anything, I mean, even if you look it up on a map, you've got the Golden Gate Bridge, which is kind of, I'll try and trace it out. You've got the Golden Gate Bridge here, and then San Francisco's down here, and then you've got this park called the Presidio, which is originally a military base that was set up by the Spanish when they first settled San Francisco. And it's kind of like here. Where I'm staying is in the hills here. So like outside, you've literally, like, I've literally got the stereotypical house. It's so cool. So I guess just a bit of a catch up. The flight was 13 hours, which I suppose wasn't that bad. I was expecting it to be a lot worse. I ended up spending most of my time just either listening to YouTube, drinking lots of wine on the plane because it was complimentary, or writing. So I managed to crack 20,000 words, which isn't too bad. I was trying to do more, but I just couldn't keep the words coming on the plane. I tried to doze a bit on and off, but I didn't actually get much sleep because planes are really loud. I had forgotten how loud they are. My only international flight's ever been to New Zealand, and I had 13 and a half hours of in my ears, so it was a bit crap. I'm also super jet lagged. Like, you can see the bags under my eyes. They're terrible. I'm currently having dinner. Bubble tea. This is the regular, by the way. It's like, I don't know, it's like half a liter or something. Tastes really nice though. And some kind of Korean fusion type thing. All from Uber Eats, because it's not 3:02, sorry, my laptop time is wrong. It's about 7 o'clock at night and it's thoroughly dark. And admittedly, I didn't want to, I don't feel up to it at the moment because I'm super tired. I didn't really want to walk around the streets of San Francisco by myself. However, even just hanging out the front of my building, and it's a really cool, stereotypical door and then step, just like you see in the TV shows. It's really cool. I'm a little bit, woo, everything is a movie right now. Anyway, yeah, just hanging out the front of my accommodation. It is so quiet and everyone's just walking around, walking their dogs. There are women running by themselves at 7 o'clock at night. I mean, it's still pretty well lit, but I actually feel a lot safer than I thought I would, so it's definitely a plus. So today, whilst I was on the flight, I booked a tour to go to the Napa Valley in Sonoma, I think. Yeah, can't remember. It'll be spelled correctly in the comments somewhere. And so I went to 3 wineries and had lunch at this cute little wine village called Youngville, I think it was. Yeah. Because I'm a bit of a wine snob. I love my wine. So I figured whilst I'm here, why not see the wine? Of course, that included going over the Golden Gate Bridge, which was really cool. I squealed on the inside when I saw it for the first time. But like San Francisco, compared to what you see of it in movies and television and things like that, you think it's really, really super busy, and it's not. Like, my hometown in the middle of the day or even late at night is pretty much the same busyness as San Francisco, except not, like, obviously not the traffic. They have a few hours of traffic in the morning and the night that I've noticed, but even then it's not bumper to bumper the way that Sydney would be at, you know, from 3 o'clock till about 7 o'clock. So that was a bit interesting. And another thing that struck me is how I'll explain it to you. I wrote it down. I'm keeping a travel diary. Sorry if you can hear a really annoying hum. It's the heater. I mean, it's not super cold here, but it is a bit cold in the room. So everything is run down and concrete, but it has that stereotypical California palm trees type thing. So heading from the airport to the city was all in, like, widespread industrial, but sparse at the same time. So the industrial yards were large, but they weren't full of things. According to Uber, from the airport to San Francisco City, or to Union Square, and we got there just in time for my tour. The coffee, it just reminded me. The coffee. Now, I got warned that the coffee in America was going to be pretty fucking shit, but actually it's pretty much the same quality that you would get in Sydney at a non-franchised bar, so like a 7-Eleven or something like that. It's the same. He said they just call it espresso. So if you order an espresso cafe latte, you're just getting a latte, or what we would call a latte. Here it is. So San Francisco is elegant, like an elderly queen or a duke still wearing lace and brass buttons. For all of its old school grandeur, it's undoubtedly choking on the throes of inflation and the capitalist technology boom on the back of the expanding Silicon Valley revolution. A standard 1-bedroom apartment is almost $1,300 a week to rent. $1,300. I almost fell off my seat. To buy that 1-bedroom apartment you'll be lucky if you can, and I'm probably wrong. Look, this is just what my bus driver told me, right? So he could have been exaggerating. But you're looking at prices upwards from $1.3 million. And it's not a super new area. Like, Sydney is shiny and busy, but San Francisco has this old, like, I never understood exactly, like, I know that America's been around longer than Australia, but I think now I can, now that I can actually see it, you can see the age, you can see the development, but still the roots of what was there, especially in the architecture. So the architecture of all of the places that we saw in the Napa Valley, even the residential houses, which were little more than weatherboard shacks, like nice weatherboard shacks with really, really lovely gardens. They're all Spanish, because the Spanish settled the area first, which is, I found it incredibly fascinating, and I didn't think about it, considering that the place is called San Francisco, which is obviously a Spanish word, and I went to the Napa Valley, which is, and Sonoma, which is also, like, there are Spanish words everywhere here. So moving on from that. So that said, either the culture or the people are stubbornly holding on with how there are still houses with flags flying out the front, sitting on cracked highways on the other side of a bridge that costs some insane amount of money to cross. I think it's about $7 each way, $7 American. That, however, I think is the bus price. It might be more, it might be less. For me, that's an insane amount of money. If it's anything more than $3, or maybe $4. Yeah, $4. But that's just because I ride a motorbike, so I'm used to paying like $2.50 or whatever. The bridge is perhaps the best metaphor for San Francisco. So apparently it can take, they're always painting the bridge. It takes them 4 years to get from one side to the other. And by the time they reach the other side, they need to start painting where they started again. So they are always painting the bridge. So they don't change the way that they paint the bridge, but they keep going with it. They upkeep the beauty and don't worry about the fact that they're going to be doing it forever. I don't know, it seemed like this kind of bittersweet metaphor that you see in the city as well. It is really interesting. There's this, even just standing on the street or walking down the street at night time. If I was in Sydney, okay, no, because I'm pretty familiar with Sydney. If I was in another place in the middle of the night, walking around by myself, I wouldn't feel, I feel a certain degree of safety. I mean, I'm not going to go walking around in the dark by myself, like I'm not going to go night hiking in the Presidio, but it feels calm and like a grandfather. It feels grandfatherly. So I tomorrow am planning to actually go to the Golden Gate Bridge, so like walk across it or walk halfway across it. It's pretty long. It's about the length of the Harbour Bridge, I think. And I'm also hopefully going to try and get up early and catch a bit of the morning sunrise if I can in the Presidio, so we can catch the sunrise over the bay. And I have a tour of Chinatown, And then I guess I will catch up with you guys later.